Hello, everyone. Today I have the pleasure of speaking with Corina Arashaya, Reiki Grandmaster Teacher and Shamballa Grandmaster. Corina specializes in energy alignment, nervous system regulation, and deep transformational work. Through her work, she helps people move beyond feeling stuck and supports them in creating real, tangible changes in their lives in areas like clarity, decision-making, relationships, and financial flow. I'm really excited for this conversation. I know firsthand how talented Corina is. We will be exploring how energy and the nervous system influence the way we live, feel, and create results in our lives. Corina, welcome. It's really great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Michelle. It's really lovely to be here.
Great. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us what you specialize in?
Yes, definitely. So I'm a Reiki therapist, a Reiki Grandmaster teacher, and Shambhala Grandmaster teacher as well. I work with energy therapy and nervous system regulation. My specialization includes Gendai Reiki, Karuna Reiki, and Shambhala, which is multidimensional healing. So through this work, I support people in restoring clarity, reconnecting with themselves, and shifting the deeper patterns that influence how they think, feel, and make decisions. So, my focus is on creating real, practical transformation, something they can actually feel and sustain in their
Mm.
daily life. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And uh, why do you think, from your perspective, why do people feel stuck without doing this work? When they're actively trying to improve their lives, it's like a hamster wheel. They don't make progress.
Right, because effort alone, it's not always the issue. So most people are trying, right?
Yeah.
They're learning, they're taking action, doing the work, right? But they're doing it from stress, pressure, or inner imbalance. And from that state, change becomes difficult to sustain, right? So, from my experience, when the
Mhm.
nervous system is dysregulated, the body stays in a survival response. So, even if the mind wants to move forward, right?
Yeah.
There's still tension. It's fear or resistance underneath, right? That's why people feel stuck. Not because they're not doing enough, but because there's a deeper layer that hasn't shifted yet. And when that inner state begins to regulate, change becomes much more natural and much less forced, if that makes sense.
Yes, it sounds like the things that they are doing will have more impact if they
Ex-
do this underlayer work.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You got it.
Okay. What makes your approach different from traditional? Um, Actually, let me back up a minute. What role does the nervous system play in someone's clarity, emotional stability, or decision making?
That's a good question. Thank you so much for approaching this, Michelle. So, the nervous system, it's the foundation. It affects everything. That's very important. So, when the nervous system is in stress or survival mode, clarity drops. Thinking
Mm.
becomes reactive. Emotions feel unstable, and decisions are often made from pressure or urgency. That's why
Mhm.
people overthink, they second guess themselves, and struggle to trust their own choices, even in simple situations, right? But when the nervous system is regulated, everything shifts. There's more space internally, things become clearer, emotions stabilize, and decision making becomes more natural. So people stop reacting and start responding. That's why in my work, I focus on helping the nervous system to come back into balance because that's what allows clarity, stability, and real change to happen.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. That
Yes.
has been my experience as well. What makes your approach different from traditional self-development and self-help methods?
Right. Okay, perfect. So what actually makes my approach different is that I don't work only at the level of the mind. Traditional self-development focuses on thinking differently, right? Pushing through or applying strategies. And while that can help to a certain extent, it doesn't always address what's happening underneath. But in my work, I focus on the nervous system and the body, where stress, patterns, and emotional responses are actually held. So instead of forcing change, that's very important. I support the system to shift from within. And when that inner state changes, the external results follow much more naturally. So it's not about doing more or, I don't know, trying harder, right? It's about working at a level where real change happens.
I love that it's not about trying harder and working harder and doing more because so many people feel that and get overwhelmed. It's just
Yes,
about getting to that deeper level.
yes,
Yeah,
that's true. Thank you so
wonderful.
much.
What kind of transformations have you seen in your clients when they start working with energy and not just the mindset shifts?
Right, yes. So the changes are very real and very practical. So one of the first things people notice is a sense of calm and clarity they didn't have before. So they feel more grounded, less overwhelmed, and more present in their daily life. So from there, it reflects in how they live, right? They make
Yes.
decisions more easily, set clearer boundaries, and don't react the same way to situation they used to trigger them before, right? So I've seen people move from confusion to clarity, from emotional instability to inner balance, and from overthinking to a more stable trusting state. And what's important is that these changes are not temporary. When the shift happens at the level of the nervous system, it creates actually a more stable foundation. So the transformation can actually be sustained over time.
Mm, wonderful. It's
Yes,
not going back to like a rubber band. It's not going back. It's actually changing at a fundamental level.
exactly, exactly. So it's deep work. We work at the root.
Yes. And as I mentioned in the beginning, I have experienced that. So what you're saying really does resonate. Uh, can energy blocks influence things like money, opportunities, or relationships?
Yes, very much, but in a very practical way. So what people call, that's a very good question. So what people call energy blocks
Mhm.
usually show up as real patterns in how someone thinks, feels, and acts. And I'm going to give an example here. In relationships, for example, right? It can look like overgiving or difficulty setting boundaries or repeating the same type of dynamics. In money or opportunities,
Mhm.
often shows up as hesitation, self doubt, fear of visibility, or difficulty receiving. So it's not something abstract, it directly affects decisions, behavior, and what someone allows into their life. But when those patterns start to shift, people naturally begin to show up differently. So they make clearer decisions, set stronger boundaries, and become more open to opportunities. So, and actually, that's when results start to change in relationship, in work, and how they experience money as well.
Yes. And might I add to this, what the word I hear a lot in my work is imposter syndrome and that lack of confidence, which I imagine Reiki can really improve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Touche. Yeah, you really touched the deep root here. That's correct.
You often recommend in a series that you have more than one session and you work in a series of sessions. Can you explain why consistency is so important in this work?
Yes, definitely. So, from my experience, real transformation doesn't happen in just one session. So, it happens through consistency. One session indeed can create a shift, right? People often feel calmer or clifter after that. But most people are working through layers of stress, right? Patterns, nervous system responses that they have been there for a long time. So, what I observe is that the best results come when we work in a series. So, that's where actually the system begins to stabilize and the changes actually integrate. So more people is true, they feel better after one session, but then they return to the same environment, maybe the same stress, I don't know, same patterns, and the body goes back to what is known, what is familiar, right? So consistency here is what allows the shift to become stable, not just something temporary.
Right. Like
Mhm.
learning anything, right? Repetition.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Exactly. Here we go.
So for someone listening right now, what is one simple thing that they can do to start regulating their nervous system and their energy?
Okay, yes, that's a good question. So, the simple and most effective place to start is actually with the body. Right now, if you want, let's just pause for a moment here, right now, right?
Okay.
Just take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Just settle in the space. And instead of focusing on your thoughts, just bring your attention into your body. Maybe your breath, I don't know, your chest or your hands. Just notice what's there without trying to change anything, right?
Hmm.
So let's say even 2, 3 minutes of this, not too long, starts to signal safety to the nervous system. Most people live in their mind, thinking, analyzing, reacting, right? But regulation begins when we come back into the body. It's a small step indeed, but it's very
Yes.
powerful. And if it feels aligned, this is exactly the kind of shift we can go deeper into through Reiki and energy therapy. It's where the system is supported at a much deeper level. And Michelle, if it feels right now, I would love to guide you through a short 2, 3 minutes reset. What do you think?
Sure. That would be great.
Okay,
And maybe our
perfect.
listeners can try along with us. Yeah, I'm always up for an energy reset.
Excellent. Right. So just take a moment to sit comfortably. Gently
Okay.
bring your attention into your body and let's breathe slowly in and slow breath out. So just relax, let go. We do this again. So inhale slowly and exhale out, releasing any tension you're holding. Now bring your attention to your chest or wherever you feel your breath most naturally.
Hmm.
Okay? Don't try to change anything, just notice. Notice your body, notice your breath. If your mind is active, that's okay. Just gently bring your focus back to your breath. Now, as you breathe, just allow a little more space inside. Space for calm, maybe. Space for clarity. And you don't need to force anything. Just allow your body to settle, even a little.
Hmm.
From the space, now just notice maybe a small shift in your breath, maybe your body, or just your state.
Hmm.
This is actually where regulation begins. It's simple, but it's very powerful,
Hmm.
right? So
Yes.
just one more slow breath in, then exhale, let go, release, and gently come back. So how was this?
It was great. And I like the idea of allowing space and that you don't have to do anything and that
Yes,
there's no wrong here. It's just allowing, and whatever it is, it is. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Oh, that was very soothing. Thank you.
You're very welcome. My pleasure.
If this conversation resonated with you, make sure you check out Karina's work. A link is in the description below where you can explore her sessions and trainings. And as I've said before, I have worked with Karina and it is worth your while. Thank you. Thank you, Karina, for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here too. And I look forward to working with you.
Yes, me too.